And that's a big mindset switch I've had recently, whereas now it's just, okay, 1 foot at a time.
That's so a coach helped me with that, and I was very like goal focused rather than process focused, because like, okay, I want to make so 100k in a week, and I'm like, you can't necessarily control everything. You can't control the fucking sales team because you're not taking the calls. You can't, but you can control the processes of all the things you need to do every day. And I think that's definitely the right kind of approach to have.
Yeah.
With like, you've obviously seen a lot of other coaches who've been in the industry a lot longer than you, who you've then just blitzed fucking past.
Yeah.
Why do you think you've gone past them and they've stayed in the same position?
Why do I think I've gone past them that they stayed in the same position? Give me an example, not of a person, but what sort of like scenario?
Say they're a coach. I'll give you a good example. So like, I'll give you two scenarios. So there's a coach who's maybe been coaching since COVID in like 2020, 2021. There's loads of those. They're making like 10k a month. Right. And then the other one would be like, a lot of coaches get stuck in the 40 to 60k a month range for fucking years.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it depends. Like the number one thing for me was investing in myself, continuously investing into myself. A lot of people think they do one mentorship. I've learned what I need to. I'm going to learn the same stuff off the next person. Like I've done 3-4 mentorships and I've picked up something from every single one. And it's so important to understand that, okay, cool, you might be making this money, but you need to be pumping that back in. And a lot of people make investments into property, crypto, stocks, but number one investment will always be into yourself. And that's what's helped me get there. And I would rather have it now. So I'm more than happy to put as much money as I need into it now so that I can get there quicker.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the right attitude. So like for me, I've put $500,000 into like something like, I'll throw money into anything that I can find that kind of work. And and ultimately it's once you have these skills, you learn that you never fucking lose them. So if you're 28 years old now, you can use them for the next 30, 40 years. Yeah. So like the compound return effect on that is massive.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I literally looked the other day, I spent like nearly £100,000 on mentorships. But again, as you said, it'll stay with me forever. And it's got me to this position. I don't know how long it would have taken me on my own. Probably wouldn't have done it.
Do you ever think of what would happen if you got no one to help you and just stayed with the clients you had, and what would try to figure out?
It's a scary feeling. Probably still back in the UK working my 9-5, probably.
Well, in doing the gym thing as well?
Doing the gym thing on the side, I was doing half and half, right? And I remember like even my first mentor back then, I had like 3.5k left in my bank account and he's like 3.5k. And I remember thinking, oh my God, it's such a big investment. How am I ever going to do this? And I spoke to him and then time passed for a year. And I'm like, shit, I'm still in the exact same position here. And I still have 3.5k left in my bank account. So I wasn't.
So you didn't invest in it?
No, I didn't invest into it. Didn't invest into it. And then a year later, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to be stuck here now. And I remember I was in these like regional manager meetings with these different managers, right? And everyone was saying how they've been here for like 10, 15 years. They're absolutely loving it. And I remember being in these meetings thinking, I do not want to be here for another 6 months, right? And I don't think everyone has to get out of that. Some people obviously are fine with that. You got the security. And I thought, shit, I need to do something now. So I put 3.5k into that. And I remember straight away, we blew up and clients were just coming in.
It's funny because I can distinctly remember when I used to work as an estate agent, that I'd go to like these fucking conferences and all this type of bullshit. And like my area managers were like women who were like 50. And I would also be managing people who were like 50 and I was like 28. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be here in 20 years and be like you, because you're going to be in the exact same position. You might make an extra 10 grand a month more, but like I earn more than the fucking managing director of the company does now. So it's like, I would never become a managing director at 36. So I think people should have a higher risk tolerance, particularly when they're younger, because ultimately at that point, I don't know, how old are you then? Like 23, 24?
Yeah.
That was fucking worst case scenario. Like,
I think you've either got the drive or you haven't got the drive though. Like a lot of people haven't, and that's also completely cool. But if you've got the drive, like you have to be willing to take risks, bet on yourself, and not get a result back straight away. You need to be okay with that.
So that's what I think a lot of people's unhappiness is, because they have expectations or goals. They want to do this, but then their work ethic is down here or their drive is down here, and that gap is why they're fucking unhappy, because what they do every day versus what they want are completely non-correlated, if that makes sense.
And I think now, especially with so many coaches in the space, and obviously you're hearing these numbers that coaches are doing, which is incredible, but people are also getting into it for the wrong reasons, or people are starting their businesses and thinking, shit, I'm going to be there within 6 months and expecting it within 6 months. Like, that's not going to happen. And if you are getting into it purely for the money, you might be able to make some money initially, but it's not going to last, right? And I think that is why I'm very, very confident that immense coaching will carry on for years and years and years because myself and my team are very, very passionate about it.
Whereas I think I think it's the saying, it's like the man who enjoys walking will walk further than the man who just walks for the sake of walking. Like,
exactly.
If you enjoy doing it, it's why you end up being good at it.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people do try and even come into the coaching space who don't even have any interest in fitness but want to try and make quick money. But then also they get found out because guess what? If they're not really that into fitness, they don't look like a fucking fitness trainer.
Yeah.
So therefore they don't make any money. So the big thing with anything is kind of like, can you walk the walk yourself? And you clearly look like a trainer. It's like a good test for people was like, I remember when I went to the US in the summer, like some random guy in fucking business class came up to me. He's like, "Oh, you personal trainer? Would you take a new client?" I was like, "Dude, I don't train people anymore." But that's a good sign because it knows like you look like you're who you should be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's the biggest thing, isn't it? Like if people can't look up to you and think, okay, I want to be like that, or that's someone who lives a lifestyle that they say they do, it's not gonna last.
In terms of like your family and kind of the background you come from, I imagine your parents are very proud of you.
Yeah, very, very proud of me, of course. But I remember like when I first said I'm quitting my job, my dad was like, "What on earth are you doing? What on earth are you thinking about? You've just gone to uni, you've done your master's degree, and now you want to quit." And he supported me, right? And I said, "Look, this is what we're going to be doing." But even now, like I remember saying to him the other day, I made 100K a month, 125K a month. And he was just like so proud of me. And my mum was as well, of course. But my mum's in the business as well now. She's a life coach, holistic therapist. She helps our clients out with that as well. Because look, a lot of these clients who come to us struggle internally with other things, right? And I think that's the mistake a lot of people make. They just give someone like a workout plan or a nutrition plan. Yes, you might be able to lose 5-10 kilos, but how can it become a lasting result? And that's how we're able to sort of charge the investments that we do, is because it's the full all-round package.
It's a holistic approach. Like I can even give an example. I remember thinking when I was taking sales course in my own fitness business that I remember a guy signing up from LinkedIn who came from Texas, and I put up a post. It was about like alcohol addiction or something. And the reason he wanted to get in shape was to stop drinking. So like a lot of people will use fitness as a cure for like the other problems they have other areas in their life.
It all comes from that. Like a lot of the people who come to us seriously struggle with like stress, anxiety, depression, trauma, and that needs to be addressed as well. So, which is why we get the results that we do. We hit it from every single angle, and it's just results and progress at that point just becomes inevitable.
How many like calls would they have in terms of from more of like a mindset perspective?
So I do one call a week with all of our clients, and that might be on any topic, just diving deep on that. Then we've got one live meditation session every single month. We've got our women's coach who does like a live workout every single Saturday. So that's that. And then obviously my mum, who's the holistic therapist, she has her one-to-one calls with these clients as well throughout the weeks.
So one of the things you've done there well is also in terms of that adds a lot of retention in as well, because people have multiple things that kind of anchor them into the program almost.
It's honestly, when I'm going through the program and I get to the end of the call and I say, look, we've got this approach as well, people are just like, yeah, okay, sign me up now. And it's just, and I love it. And it's what keeps people in there. And the best thing about our program is the community. Like, especially in South Asian culture, a lot of people judge other people, or they're not understanding, or people don't feel as if they fit in, right? When people want to make a change, everyone around them's like, no, you don't have to eat this or you do this. So to be in a community where they've got 300-400 odd other people currently active who feel the exact same way as them, they feel understood, and people never want to leave. So it's good.
Now, if you enjoyed this clip and you're a coach, creator, or a business owner, and you want help in terms of how to scale your business using ads, AI, content, marketing, a lot of things we talk about on the show, then hit the link at the top line of our description in the YouTube video. You can book on a call with us and we'll walk through the whole process, audit your business, and show you where there's huge, huge opportunities for you to scale.